The MI6, or Secret Intelligence Service, is a British agency which supplies the British government with foreign intelligence. It operates under the normal direction of the Joint Intelligence Committee, alongside the International Security Service (MI5), the Government Communication Headquarters, and the Defense Intelligence. It is frequently referred to by the name MI6 Military Intelligence Section 6, a name that was used as a flag inconvenience during the First World War, when it was known by many names. The existence of MI6 was not officially acknowledged until 1994. History. The service is derived from the Secret Service of Bureau, which was founded in 1909. The Bureau was a joint initiative of the Admiralty and War Office to control the secret intelligence operations in the UK and overseas, particularly the concentrating on the activities of the Imperial German government. The Bureau was split into naval and army sections with over time specializing in foreign espionage and international counter-espionage activities respectively. This specialization was because the Admiralty wanted to know the maritime strength of the Imperial German Navy. This specialization was formalized before 1914. During the First World War in 1916, the two sections underwent administrative changes so that the Foreign Section became the Director of Military Intelligence Section 6 (MI6), the name by which is frequently known in all the world. The case. Our case is about the murder of Princess Diana of Wales in August of 1997. In August 31 of 1997, Princess Diana of Wales was found dead with his boyfriend Johnny Alfred in Paris by a car accident. The first medical result said that the accident was caused by the driver because he was drunk and followed by the paparazzis with his cameras. All the lights of the cameras make him commit a mistake. But what people didn't know is that there are some conspiracy theories that the theory that we are going to talk about is that some MI6 agents that admit killing Princess Diana because it was a mission organized by the head of the British Secret Service, because the MI6 and the royal family thought that she was danger for a democracy. Also, it was because his boyfriend was a secret spy, and even the same princess talked to his butler and tell him, "My husband will plan a car accident to take me out of the road," knowing that she was in danger. Since Princess Diana went out of an event, she was invited with his boyfriend. There were two British service cars following them, and then when Diane's car started riding these agents, they went just behind them, and in the Hope Tunnel, where the accident occurred, in Paris, two motorcycles used the lights of their vehicles to confuse the driver and make him blind for a few seconds. Then they crashed with the tunnel. Our personal opinion was that Princess Diana of Wales was killed by an order of not only the MI6, but also because of the royal family, because they thought she was a danger for the democracy and not for the country. Because British Service Secret accused his boyfriend as a spy and that he was using Diane to get confidential information for the state.
Experience of the case. I mean, I know there's all sorts of speculation about what really happened and was Henri Paul drunk and why they took the way they did. It was completely circuitous. But David and I had personal involvement in it. Apart from the timing, which really screwed our lives over about a year afterwards. About 2 months after her death, we had a mysterious phone call. And it turned out it was Mohammed Al-Fayed, who wanted us to go to Paris and look at some documents he'd been offered. So, at this point, we're living in a very remote farmhouse. Black Ritz Mercedes comes to pick us up and take us to Paris. And almost crashes twice. So that could have been a good headline. Anyway, we look at the documents. He's been offered these for sale from a was very vague about how he got hold of them. That's the one. These were documents purporting to prove that there was CIA and MI6 involvement in Diana's death. And they looked good, but if you knew what a document really looked like, what a proper MI6 document looked like, there were some simple errors, things like the date timeline, things like the addressee list, they just weren't quite right. They were forgeries, they were very good forgeries. And this would have been a classic straw man technique. You know, Al-Fayed was asked for $20 million for these documents and probably would have paid if they were real, because he was desperate to prove that there was a plot against his son and his possible future daughter-in-law. Anyway, we saw that they were forgeries, they were fakes, and it saved him $20 million, but also saved him embarrassment. This would have been a classic straw man operation, whereby he would have bought them, held them up to the world's media and said, look, I've got proof. And then the authorities would have turned around and said, look, it's so obvious, look at these simple errors, of course they're forgeries. You can imagine what would have happened. Anything else he ever found out, he would have been dismissed as a fantasist. So, you know, his entire campaign for justice for his son would have stalled pretty much before it started. Anyway, as the lady down there said, the guy who was trying to flog him these documents was a well-known con man called Oswald or Oscar Lewinter. He was also notoriously an MI6 agent. He was quite well known. Most agents were pretty, their identities were quite tightly held. He was pretty well known though, because he seemed to get involved in all sorts of dodgy activities. So that, to us, proved that there was an MI6 interest in this. And then, of course, we started looking at the other evidence and all the rest of it. And I have to say, my personal opinion, I think, yes, they did intend to at least seriously injure or kill her. And it's not just about the fact that, was she pregnant, wasn't she? We'll never know, because they embalmed her against all French law so quickly. And all the other speculative things you see in the press. It's also the fact that it was reported that she was being a great success in the landmine campaign that she was running. But also, she was about to go into campaigning on behalf of the Palestinians. Now, you can imagine someone of Princess Diana's profile doing that. They would not have tolerated it. They could not have dealt with that. So I think that's why she was taken out. I think they'd probably been planning it for a while, and it was just perfect timing. They did it